Hey, can everybody hear me? Hey, can everybody hear me? Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 2. Check, 1, 2, 2. Oh, no one's watching. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 2. Can you hear me? Sorry about the sniffles. Bad sinus infection. I do apologize for that. Let me turn the mic down a little bit here. Yeah, I apologize about that. One last thing. Hold on a second here. Sorry about the sniffles. Alright, so someone's watching. So, let me catch up on what we got going on here, okay? I did a lot of stuff on the last live stream, or the one before this. What the fuck is that? Hold on a second here. I just need to check some syntax real quick. I think it's on broadcast. I'm not sure. Yep. No, it's on. It's broadcast. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me just finish doing a little bit of copy paste action here, and I'll go over what's going on and show you some code that I've got going here and whatnot. The code doesn't do anything just this second because I haven't hooked it up. I just wrote it out and got it ready to go. So I'll show you what we got going on here, and I'll go over it. Son of a bitch. I'll go over everything going on and shit like that, kind of catch up. Whomever's watching up on what we got going on here, why this is building. So let's build this real quick. Let's close out of the editor because a hot reload sucks balls. So anyway, while this is building, let's look at some of the code we got going on here. Still gotta flesh out the equip weapon, show weapon, spawn weapon, all that fun shit. But here, right now, we've got our movement input component set up so we can move, look around, we can jump, we can sprint. Here's our move forward code. So we're going to take the value that's being passed in and make sure if it's not equal to 0.f, we're going to add our forward vector here. Same with move right. Instead of get actor forward vector, we get the actor's forward or the right vector on that one. Movement input again, get actor up vector. And then here's our turn code. There's our yaw input. And here's our pitch input right here. Base turn rate right now is set at 0.45, I believe is what I have it set at the moment. And here's our code to be able to look up and down. I haven't messed with the lookup rate yet because I'm lazy and I suck like that. So, there's always that. Here's our sprinting code. Why in the fuck is that not saving this? Son of a whore. Oh, okay, I built 16. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of copy paste action here for a spawn weapon because I do not feel like fucking typing all this out again. And I don't have to because I already have it done. And I'll go over this code because I'm really, really, really proud of this code. Like, insanely proud of this code. So, copy and paste that. Move that. It's not saving this for some reason whenever I save it. I gotta add some stuff here. Gotta add some variables here. And like I said, don't get too uppity with me that I'm just copying and pasting. I'll go over what we got going on here. I'm just lazy as fucking fuck and don't feel like, typing all this shit out again when I already have it typed out. So just bear with me here. We'll go over some of this code and I'll show you what it does. Because like I said, I'm extremely proud of this code. And the reason I'm so proud of this code is when I got this code that I'm using, it was all done in blueprints. And I figured out how to convert that into C++, which I'm sure you're sitting there like, oh, that's nothing, that's easy. Well, let's see, it wasn't for me. It was a miserable motherfucker to figure this out. So basically, right here, this code will spawn um, a weapon, and we're going to be able to equip it. And like I said, it was really difficult for me to figure out how to translate this from blueprints to C++. It was very, very difficult for me. It took a lot of thought and a lot of trial and error, but I finally figured it out because, blueprints and C++ are a whole different monkey, man. It's a whole different world. And let me tell you, that monkey sucks. So let me finish doing some copy paste here. I'll go over all this code and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, those are defined, so you can fuck off until he says. Oh, I know what his problem is. I'm so used to IntelliSense having personal issues that I tend to ignore errors from time to time because, well, it's just IntelliSense being IntelliSense, but it's actually not in this case. So, alright, the other thing I need is my do once loop. here it is. This code right here that we're doing is the C++ equivalent of a do once loop, which doesn't actually technically exist in C++ because the do once loop is a macro in blueprints. So I had to figure out how to make an actual do once loop based off a macro, which yet again was a royal bitch, but I fungered it out and it works. I don't know if this is the most efficient way, and Afix, if you're watching, I'm sure you're sitting there screaming at me I'm a fucking retard and this is shitty code, but it's the best I could figure out, mate. Or anybody else who knows Unreal C++. It's probably sitting there like, oh man, your code fucking sucks and you're an idiot, but hey, what are you gonna do? It works. It fucking works, so. Hang on, mates. I got a girlfriend, so. Okay, let's build this again. So, hold on, bear with me. Oh, motherfucker. Is anybody even watching? No one's even watching. Oh, someone's watching now. Hi, can you hear me? Oh, shit. Okay. What did I name my mesh? What did I name it? Oh, that's right. Had to change that, so. Oh, let's build this again. Get mesh. Yay, finished building. So we should. Here, let's go. Let me go over the code and show you what it's doing. Like I said, Afix, if you're actually watching this, which I doubt, but if you are, I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, "My God, your code sucks, the wet noodle." But this is the best I could figure out as a conversion of the blueprints I was following. So, all right. So sorry, I was getting a nasty echo there. First thing is the spawn parameters. So we got our spawn parameters here set in the owner, which we set it to this this right here, and then you want to have your spawn collision override here, which I have to always spawn ignore collisions. And then you have your location and rotation. Excuse me, which is getting the mesh component location and rotation. And then we have a weapon slot here, which is defined over here. Maybe not. Where the fuck did I define that? Oh, right here. So we have a first slot and a second slot. Now, I could add as many slots as I want to allow you to carry as many weapons as you want. So for right now, you can only carry 2 weapons at a time. Call of Duty comes to mind. Call of Duty is a good example. So what we do here is we're switching on the weapon slot. So the first thing we're asking is whether or not the first slot is full right here. And if it's not, we're going to get the world and we're going to spawn an actor of a weapon base, which is this guy over here, which I'll show you what's going on over here in a minute. Obviously, we have the weapon to spawn. Now, I know you're wondering why I used a U class instead of T subclass of weapon base, because every time I use a T subclass up here, it throws an error and has a hissy fit. So I don't know, but if I do a U class, it works, it builds, blah 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 blah. So we're gonna spawn the actor, and so it's gonna need a U class, which we feed it right here, weapon to spawn, location and rotation of the spawning parameters. Yeah, your spawn parameters right there, which we've set up here, and then we're gonna check and make sure weapon slot 1 is valid. I'm just doing the is valid as a sanity check. You don't actually have to, but I do it as a sanity check. I'm a huge fan of is valid. I think it's a great thing to do. It doesn't hurt anything to do it as far as I know, performance wise. But like I said, somebody out there is probably watching this and screaming, "My God, you're a fucking idiot!" But that's okay. So then we take weapon slot 01, which, what the fuck is it exactly? You're probably wondering. It's a type of a weapon base. So we take that and we're going to attach the component. So whatever we spawn is going to attach into weapon slot 01 initially. So it's going to check and make sure weapon base is actually a valid class, and then it's going to spawn something into that class, into that weapon slot. So we got to attach the component. In this case, we're getting the mesh because a player controller here is derivative of the character class, so it already comes with a mesh. So we're getting the mesh. Then we're doing the transform rules, which is snap to target, and then we're getting the socket name, which I'll show you guys in a minute what that is, what we're talking about here. So it's going to get the socket name, which is a function right here, and it's going to return the socket name, which is just simply a F name. So I'll show you guys in Unreal what exactly that is. And then we're going to set our bool first slot here to true because it's going to have a weapon in it. And then current weapon here is weapon base yet again. And I'll show you what that is. And we're setting it to weapon slot 01. And then we're setting our has weapon enum here to has weapon. And then we're going to call our show weapon function set success is successful to true. I have a log out here just to make sure it's working. Then if the first slot is full, but the second slot isn't full, we're going to set our enum to second slot, spawn the weapon, which is this guy right here, and then we're going to set, or if that doesn't work, if this goes to shit and doesn't work, successful is going to return false and then break. So here's our second slot. logic, which is identical to the other logic. And then we're going to return successful. Set FOV is field of view, the camera field of view. We're going to use that for ADS, which is aim down sights. Excuse me. Hold on, guys. Excuse me. So here's my do once macro, if you will, and then it resets it. So, you know, I can use it again. And here's our equip weapon logic. And here's our show weapon logic, which is going to show the weapon. So let's see if we can see this bad boy in action. Let's fire up our sandbox. Here's our MVP, by the way. And I'll just go over this real quick. So upon initializing it, we're going to get a reference to the player. I use interfaces instead of casting because I was taught casting is no bueno, it's bad for performance. Interfaces are the bomb shit, so that's what I use. But right here, you could very easily try get pawn owner and cast to the player character and then get a player reference. It's, you know, whatever. And down here, so on update animation, we take our player reference, check if it's valid. If it's not valid, we're going to delay for 0.2 seconds and then check and make sure it's valid again, because sometimes it takes a minute, well, not a minute, you know, a couple seconds to get the player character and set it. So, and then over here, so we're getting the actor's forward velocity, we're getting the vector length, and then we're going to set that to our speed variable here. And then over here, we're getting the player reference again. We're getting the movement component, and we're going to check and see if if the character is falling, which is a built-in function into Unreal. Sorry, I'm just tidying up a little bit. I'm OCD about this. And we're going to set our in-air variable based on whether or not it's falling. So what that enables us to do is come in here, and this is our blend space, which I'll show you real quick. So it's blending between idle right here, walking, and running based on the speed variable that I just showed you, okay? So we have that, and that's our default animation point pose. As you can see, he's idling. And then if we come back in here to our locomotion, we have our jump. So if we look at our transition rules, is if he's in air, he can jump, and it'll go into that it'll go into the jump animation. And if he's not in air, it's going to exit out of this animation and go back to the idle walk animation. So that's what we got going on here in our NMBP. This is just our player reference interface. So here we have our character. I know there's no head, but I see no point in having a head because you're not going to see it because it's a first person shooter. Let me know if you have any questions or anything, or if, you know, any of this, it doesn't make sense to you or not. So we can come in here under project settings and do some debug work here. Under input, see, here's our axis mappings, our turn and everything like that. Here's our action mapping, and we're going to add 2 more. I'm going to spawn to slot 01. And we're going to set that to the 1 key. And then we're going to spawn slot 02. And we'll set that keyboard to the 2 key. So we got that. So now we can come in here and do event spawn slot 01. So when we press it, we're going to want to spawn weapon, which is that function we just went over. And oh shit, before we do that, that's right. Before we do any of that, we need to come into our blueprints. No, we don't. We need to make a blueprint folder. And we're going to call this weapons. Because I haven't done this yet. Scroll down here to our C++ classes. Weapon base. Create blueprint. Call this BP underscore weapon base. Now, obviously, you could call this whatever the happy fuck you want to call it. I've just been taught to use the prefix blueprint or BP for blueprint. So that's just how I roll. Save that. So from this weapon base, we'll create a child blueprint called BP rifle and create another child blueprint, which we will call BP shotgun. Just for shits and giggles here. Open up a rifle. Set our skeletal mesh here to that. Compile, save. Full blueprint editor. Set this guy to our shotgun. Wait till it compiles. Check the import here. Okay, to compile. Cool. So, if you remember, in weapon base here, we have a skeletal mesh, and we set that skeletal mesh to be the root component because I don't need the default scene component. It does nothing. And here's some more functionality. We have weapon reload, which the reason it says implementation behind it, let me find it, is because it's a native event in Blueprint, which any Blueprint native event has to have implementation after it, or it's going to throw an error. So what we're doing is creating a temporary variable here, and we're setting it to the minimum, the min function here, max mag ammo, and our current total ammo. And then we're going to set our current ammo to the temp variable, and then we're going to set the current total ammo to be minus current total ammo and temp. So every time we fire, it's going to take away one. And right here, we're checking to see if you have ammo and mag. So it checks to see if you actually have ammo and to make sure the mag isn't full. So if current ammo is greater, well, you can read this. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory here. And here we check to see if we have extra ammo. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. And then here's a couple getters. And here's where, you know, we get the socket name and shit like that. So that's what we got going on there. So now we can come under here and do BP underscore rifle. And then slot 02. Spawn slot 02. Now this should in theory work. I'm not 100% if it's going to. shotgun. Okay, let's compile. And let's see what happens when we press the number 1 key. It's probably going to break. Or nothing's going to happen. Which is entirely possible as well. And nothing's happening. Or if we press the 2 key, nothing's happening. So, why is that? And I know why. Sorry, girlfriend. Gotta love her. Lord knows I do. Anyway. Let's close out of this. Open this. I'm going to look at a completed project because I know I'm forgetting a few steps here. Or a mostly complete project. Where's my package with graphics? What do you mean? And no, that's not a beer. It's a little too early for me to be drinking. That's a Monster. Definitely not a beer. It's a little too early for me to be drinking. What do you mean by graphics package? Or package with graphics? What you talking about, bro? Excuse me. I'm just curious. We do. I'll say play. We get nothing. Oh, true. False. So it should be spawning that. I don't know why it's not. Okay, so anyway, while I'm waiting on something else to open up, take a look-see here. I'll show you what I'm talking about with the slot missions. Oh, skeleton here. So, on this guy, what I did was made a socket here, a rifle socket. And this is only a preview asset. Let's see here. Use specific animation. Idle. So what I did, and you know what? I know what I'll do here. Move all attached assets. Okay. Pause this. So we're going to take our right hand, we're going to add a socket, and rename this to be shotgun socket. Okay, and then off of this, add a preview asset, which is going to be the shotgun here. So, as you can tell, we had to do a little bit of work here. Not a whole hell of a lot of work, because it fits pretty good in his hand. Just gotta do a little OCD in here. So what this is the socket that this particular weapon is going to attach to when we spawn it, which you saw in the other thing. So I know this doesn't line up perfectly because these weapons are not built for this character, but as you can tell, it looks pretty shit tight. I mean, you can't really tell otherwise. You can see his finger on the trigger and everything like that. So we'll go ahead and save that. Move this down just a scooch. There, like that. I mean, you really aren't going to be able to tell. So, oh, I know why. I think that's not working. editor. Show inherited variables. Socket name. So we gotta set a socket name. That's why it wasn't working. Because it had a 0 idea where to attach that. I think, anyway. Find out here in a second. There we go. Check that shit out, guys, huh? See? Whoa, fuck me running. And you can tell, you know, the animations and shit work with it. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, monster fucking shreds. What do you mean texture? What exactly? What textures exactly are you inquiring about? Um, you know, most of it's all right here, and you know, like the soldier has his own materials and shit like that. I'm not sure which textures you're wondering about. So let's see here, weapons, shotgun. So that's why that wasn't working. I totally forgot to set the socket name. And this socket name that I'm setting here has to match, excuse me, spelling and everything word for word, the socket that we just set up on the player. So then we can set this weapon type to shotgun, which is our enum there. Set the enum here, weapon type. And I'll show you why we're going to do that in a minute. Oops, shit. Sorry, I apologize. I've got a nasty fucking sinus infection. Set that. Ammo data. I don't think I need to mess with. Oh yeah, damage. Let me show you this. This is ammo data is a struct that we made over here. So we got a couple structs going on here. Here's our weapon data, which is going to store our weapon type, the icon image, and whether or not it's equipped. And then down here, so this is our weapon data, okay? I'll show you what that is in a minute. And down here we have our ammo data, which is going to store the damage, critical hit chance, and the radius for all our weapons. And our weapon reload here, and I'll go over all that in a second. So what we want to do is we'll set our damage to, I don't know what the fuck weapon this is, 10, I guess. Critical hit damage radius can stay zeros. And then we'll set this guy to, I don't know, 15? 15 sound good? I don't fucking know. We'll mess with that in a minute, I suppose. Oh, wait, no, I want that where it is. I don't need that open anymore. So current ammo, 15. Max mag, I don't know. 30 sound good to you guys? Current total ammo, 100. Max total ammo, 100. Reload time, we don't need to worry about. Recoil intensity, let's go with 300. And I'll show you recoil in a little while. His aiming is automatic. His automatic is true for this one. Automatic fire rate, I don't know, we'll come back to that. Has multiple bullets, volts, bullet count, I have no idea what the fuck that is. Fire type, hit scan, aim, FOV. Okay, so weapon mesh we already set, second name we set, weapon type we set, file and save, weapon type we set, current ammo. I don't know, 6 sound good. Have I got a Good tutorial for UE4. Yes, several of them I can recommend. Let's see here. Let's go to udemy.com. Now, 90% of these tutorials are in ship prints, but like I said, if you're willing to, you can convert ship prints um, into C++. So these two right here are fucking awesome. This one's in C++. This is about gas, which is gameplay ability system. This one teaches you how to make abilities without using gas, and that's all in blueprints, unfortunately. This guy right here is really good too, but it's all in blueprints. So it depends on what you're looking for. Let's see, what else do I have? This is an awesome tutorial. This is all in C++. I mean, it depends on whether or not you want C++ or blueprints. You know, this guy right here, Greg Wandera, fantastic fucking teacher. Awesome teacher. Here's another good one, which is in C++. Now, this is Udemy, so you got to pay for them. Excuse me, but I think they're worth the money. And then I'm looking for something specific here. These are all Unity tutorials. Unity's awesome, by the way. I love Unity. I really, 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 really do. This one, okay, Game Dev TV right here, through an Epic Mega Grants, all their shit is free right now. You get all their courses for free. So if you look up Game Dev TV right here, their courses are free right now because of an Epic Mega Grants. I cannot recommend these tutorials enough. These guys know their shit, and you will learn a lot from them. I mean, there's another one by them that I own. I own all their courses, and you will learn so much from them. This one's good too. A little outdated, but still really good. Definitely worth looking at. Tom Lumen's pretty damn good. This is their add-on blueprints course. Like I said, all Game Dev TV courses are free right now. Substance Painter. No, this doesn't any good. Another one in blueprints. I don't know if you're really interested in blueprints or you want C++, whatever's clever. Mammoth Interactive has a few there for me, so. You know, nothing really to write home about. UI development. I fucking hate UI development, but you know, that's just me. I think it's boring and tedious. So there's some right there. If you wait to get them on sale, they're really not that much money. You can get them for like $10 a pop. And like I said, Game Dev TV shit is free right now. So UE4. Let's filter to Dev Addict. This guy is the bomb shit. He knows his shit. He's funny as hell. His videos are really good. The ones on YouTube are all designed for beginners. They're awesome videos, awesome tutorials. I love this guy. He is fucking hilarious too. So this is YouTube right here. Just type in UE4, man, and see what you get. You know, there's quite a bit of stuff out there. Anything by Reuben Ward is good and worth watching. He's got a bit of an accent, but that's okay, you know. There's some good shit here, man. Let's see here. So that's that. Let's look up. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Do I have a bookmark? Oh, that's Unity. My bad. Yeah, I still want Unity. Oh, let me show you another great one. Sneaky Kitty, man. He's on YouTube. Look up Sneaky Kitty Gaming. He has got some good shit. Here's his C++ beginner multiplayer tutorial. And this one, Nazi Zombies, I cannot recommend this playlist enough. I mean, this dude knows his shit, and he's a great teacher. He's got a C++ multiplayer survival series, all kinds of good stuff, which is Sneaky Kitty, man. It's on YouTube, it's free. Let's see here. Verdus. Here's a Reuben Ward right here, which is a gameplay ability system in 40 minutes. I haven't watched this yet, but Aphex tells me it is good and is worth watching. Dev Squad, here we go. Oh, yeah, Dev Squad. All right, Dev Squad's got some good stuff too. A lot of them are older, but the information is still pretty good. So look up Dev Squad on YouTube. Unfortunately, yet again, it's all in blueprints. But you know, whatever's clever, whatever your preference happens to be. So I hope that answers. Hope that answers your question. So I need to take a quick break. I will be right back after these messages. Hope you stick around. I was wondering if you could do the same thing for her. Because we need one from each of us. Oh, you are wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right. All right. All right. Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. You are amazing. I appreciate your time. No, I really appreciate it. All right. Bye bye. All right, all right, all right. Sorry about that. I am back. I am. Okay, well, one person's still watching. Thanks for watching, by the way. All right, so what are we gonna do now? So we got it so we can spawn a weapon. Here, I'll just hit play and show you what we got going on here. So if I press the 1 key, boom, spawns the rifle. Okay. Now if we press the 2 key, look at that. It switches weapons. Okay. Oh, I need to fix that. So let's see here. We go into player character, camera. There should be a man, I forgot how to make the camera move with the arm, or the arms move with the camera. Is that a mesh thing? I can't friggin' remember. Or maybe I need to parent the mesh to the camera. Might need to do that. Fuck. Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. We'll come back to that. Need to compile this. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. I changed a few things. So right now, what we got going on here this is just for debug purposes or testing purposes. So let's put a comment around that. Testing only. So we'll come back and I'll show you, like, if we drag one of these out into the world, that we can interact with it, pick it up instead of just pressing the button to spawn them. But we'll come back to that in a minute. So this is a different project that I got going on here, which is where that code came from that I was going over. And right now we're going to add some firing functionality. As you can see, this is the weapon fire. I mean, look at this fucking spaghetti, man. Ugh. Spaghetti code, I hate it. But, you know, it is what it is. And we can go over this in a little while. I mean, look at this freaking spaghetti code here. Oh, okay. Yeah, spaghetti code, man. You gotta love that shit. So here we go. Here's our firing logic, which is in blueprints, and I've wanted to change this into C++ for quite a while now. So I think we're gonna give that a shot. So call the character fire weapon, which is this guy right up here. No, it is not. Is that? No? Okay. Hold on. Ah, shit. So, let's see here. So we're going to make a delegate here. Multicast delegate. I'm just going to copy this. Paste it. And we're going to change interact to on fire weapon. And then we'll come down here. Copy this. F on fire weapon. Oh, I see. No, I don't want to do that. We're going to change this to fire weapon. So let's see here. We'll change this to fire weapon. F on fire weapon. And we'll come into our player character. Copy this. Come down here. Fire weapon. Check. I'm sorry, guys. F on fire weapon. Dot broadcast. There we go. And since I'm super OCD about this shit, because I don't know, I just am, we can put all this on one line. Ignore the red squiggles. That is just IntelliSense having personal issues. It'll catch up in a minute. It's having personal issues. It'll compile, I promise. I'll show you in a minute that it does compile. There we go. There. Sorry, that settles my OCD. Okay, so oh, no, we're gonna need tech here in a little while. That is undefined. Oh, I need to fix that. See? Spelling errors. I'll get you every time. See? Spelling errors will get you every time. I'm telling you that right now. Fucking spelling errors. Oh, need to fix that. Oh, don't need the F. Change that. Oh, I need to make a U function. Cool. Void. Weapon. Fire. Like so. Save that. Forgot that. Now, okay, let's close the editor. Save selected. All right, let's see if this bitch builds. And this will probably be one of the last things we do because I'm in the middle of doing laundry and it should be ready. And plus, this stream's been going on for about an hour. Nope, got some errors here. Okay, what? Oh, see, yet again. Fucking spelling errors. It'll get you, man. Spelling errors are going to get you. Just to make sure this is spelled correctly. Do that. Backspace that. And let's build this again. But it should be. Oh. Wow. See, yet again, guys. Spelling errors. Or dyslexia, however you want to look at that. So, let's see here. Yep, yet again. See, this is what happens when you're not careful. You got spelling errors, spelling errors, spelling errors. There we go. It succeeded. So anyway, that's where we're gonna leave things for right now. I will come back and what we're gonna do in the next episode is convert this pound of fucking spaghetti into C++ code. And that will be in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys, or guy. Thank you for putting up with this stream. I appreciate your time. Have a nice day.